Thought I'd pick some tomatoes today. Not too many left. Fall just began a couple of days ago, but I'll take what I can get. Think I'll make some sauce. Maybe a mushroom ragu for polenta this evening. That sounds good. I should get some of these cherry tomatoes too. I have so many volunteer plants all over the garden. I always let them grow wherever they land. They're not extremely flavorful, but for a sauce like this, they'll do just fine. And a nice juicy red bell pepper as well. That'll be great for the sauce. And what would a mushroom ragu be without fresh mushrooms? These are wine caps that I just started growing this year. Stems are pretty stringy, so I usually just clip them off. I'll leave the bottoms behind. I'm going to collect a few. And a bumblebee on borage. This plant will self-seed forever, so once you plant it, you'll always have it. But that's okay. It's good forage for the pollinators, and it's also edible. Kind of has a cucumber-like taste, and the flowers look pretty on a salad. When it comes to any grain, I go to Bob's Red Mill. I'm going to make the creamy version of polenta with milk, butter, Parmesan, and even a little bit of honey. So just 2 cups of milk, 2 cups of water. I like to go ahead and heat it up, makes things a little quicker. And of course, copious amounts of butter. Remember, this is indulgence, not regular every day. And a teaspoon of salt. I love Himalayan pink salt. And finally, polenta. I usually add just a little extra because I can. So after the milk and water come to just a slight bubble, you want to slowly add the polenta while whisking. That just prevents any clumps from forming. Be sure not to let it stick, and continue stirring until it gets to your desired thickness. And I like to stop just shy of that and add my cheese and take it off the heat. It will continue to thicken as it cools. And I always prefer to use Parmigiano Reggiano for the best flavor possible. I'll add twice as much as this, of course, and then stir it in. Meanwhile, I'll chop up all of these mushrooms and the pepper that I harvested today, as well as an onion that I harvested earlier in the summer. Meanwhile, I was preheating the skillet, add a little bit of olive oil, and put everything in at the same time. Let it caramelize some, let it steam a little, stirring back and forth to get it right where I want it. Now you know I'm not going to let a dish like this go by without a lot of garlic, also harvested earlier in the season. And finally, I'll add in the diced Roma tomatoes as well as a couple handfuls of the cherry tomatoes. Stir everything around. Again, slightly caramelizing, slightly steaming, till it all begins to thicken up and the cherry tomatoes start to burst. And that's it. And it's ready to serve. So I opted for a big bowl on this one. Pour in the creamy polenta. Lots of it. And spoon in this lovely ragu. I can't wait to eat this. You know it's going to be so good.